I'm turning this audio off. Off. Okay. I'm gonna weird myself out. Okay. Okay. Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing quite well tonight. Watson here is to do his his cute jump run. Man, my brain not working today. Sorry about that.
It's okay, mine's probably not working either.
Kevin's here with me, and we're going to commentate on his sick run, which is actually a fan game of an old game called Jumper that was made by Sylvie. So anyway, Watson, if you can hear me, you can go ahead and go.
So, Jumper is one of the oldest small character precision platformer games made by Matt Thorpson. You might know him as the guy who made Celeste. You know, you've probably heard about that game at some point. But Jumper was made in 2004, so a long time ago. And if you played Super Meat Boy, one of the characters in that is Ogmo, and Ogmo comes from Jumper. And so in Jumper, the controls are fairly basic. You can move left and right and jump and double jump. And that's about it, assuming this is based off of Jumper 1, which it kind of looks like it is. And you can see this first screen here is already using some pretty classic I Wanna design philosophies.
Yep, there's not a whole lot of change in gimmicks. There's just extra jumps and, well, some other stuff that you'll see coming up. But as far as I Wanna games, it's mostly just double jump related stuff. There's no vines or water here.
Yeah.
There's spikes, of course, though.
The gameplay is, in a sense, though, extremely similar to I Wanna Be the Guy, in that most of it comes down to just doing double jump sequences. And there's a lot of spikes, too. Oh, and we mentioned that this fan game was made by Sylvie. So Matt Thorpson made Jumper, but the fan game was made by Sylvie. And Sylvie made Cat Planet, which you might know about thanks to Raocow, or I don't know, maybe some other source where you've heard about Cat Planet, if such a thing exists.
Also, Watson kind of blew past it, but in a previous screen, there was something called those luck blocks, which are the ones with the numbers on them, like 90, 75, etc., etc. That's the percentage of that block being solid. Also,
that's an amazing mechanic.
Is like one of the best and worst things that could ever exist.
Why hasn't that been in a fan game yet? Or an I Want a fan game yet?
Yeah, and as you can see, these are timer blocks. We have to wait a full 99 seconds for this one, so Watson's gonna make some conversation.
I'm glad he's prepared for this. So this game was actually made in 2014. The Pew Jump was, which surprised me because Jumper was made in 2004. And although Jumper and its sequel Jumper 2 were extremely influential for their time, they've kind of been forgotten about in the modern day of people who started playing precision platformer games with Super Meat Boy, or maybe like Camellia 2 or Celeste. Those old Jumper games are just kind of buried. They're still good games, although they're kind of janky in a way. The controls feel a little off. The engine is a bit weird. But as I said, these games were made by Matt Thorpson, the guy who has made Celeste. So there's quite a pedigree behind them.
Yeah, he's certainly coming a very long way since this. Watson will be moving here shortly. This is kind of required, unfortunately. You really can't get around this. And there he goes! Oh my god. So yeah, the luck block you'll see at the bottom again, the ones with the 10s. And Watson's going to do a little skip, which he already has done, and he's gone. Alright, he did the gate, and that was it. Wow, that was actually really good. So you saw that 7% chance of that block existing, and he got that like on the third try. It's pretty good. Also, if you'll notice on the like dash 2 stages, you'll see that these stages are designed similarly with like a little house in the bottom left, and then just some other stuff and a spike wall on the right side.
So here's a little bit of trivia. about Matt Thorpson. If you're just familiar with Celeste, then you probably don't know that he used to go by the name Yo Mama's Mama. That was the name that Jumper and Jumper 2 were both published under. Very good name.
I thought that was strange when I looked that up and it said your mama's mama. I was really wondering about that.
Like when you launch Jumper, that's like the first thing you see is the name Yo Mama's Mama scroll across the screen.
Oh, and by the way, again, Watson is fucking fast. He's speedrunning this junk. But that previous screen, you actually had to use an alien/align, for those who are familiar with that term, to actually get through that screen.
Yeah, we've been told that this game is extremely difficult, and I believe it. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell just how frame precise any of this is, because for one thing, I was never as knowledgeable about frames and pixels and Jumper as I am about I Want to Be the Guy. But another issue is that, as far as I know, there's no common engine for making Jumper fan games. I assume that they're all made from scratch, although I did read a little bit on an extremely undetailed wiki. Something stated that there was an Ogmo level editor that was released at some point, which sounds like maybe it could have been a Jumper engine, but honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Watson actually is making an I Want to Be the Guy fan game based off of the mechanics in Cute Jump. So yes, you will see in his game the luck-based blocks that have the chance of appearing. So yes, it will come back. Oh boy. This one particular screen here, if you recognize the music, hopefully it's playing what I think it is. It's probably from Cardcaptor Sakura. If you've noticed already, a lot of the music is from like anime or popular RPGs. So, and it's time to talk to Watson again because this is a long little segment here.
Yeah, it's a good mechanic here.
Side note, for those birds, it says on the bottom you press control to basically control the bird. You basically press control and then you just are attached to the bird and it just keeps moving until you press control again. On another screen that'll be coming up pretty soon, he'll have to repeatedly start and stop the bird he's riding to be able to control himself. On this screen, you don't need to control, though.
Stuff like that bird there, which basically does nothing but take forever. That was annoying stuff like that was pretty common in early sort of Jumper fan game type stuff. I mean, I'm not too familiar with too many Jumper fan games, but one of them was a game where the final save at the end of it just deletes your save file. That's the end of the game.
Wow.
Like this is the kind of stuff that brought I Want to Be the Guy fan games to us, so it shouldn't be too surprising.
I love it when games delete my save file. That's the best.
Yeah, a giant mantis ant crashes on you, and the game says you can't beat mantis ant, and your save file is deleted. Pretty good. So I'm not sure what he's doing with this bird here. Let me check my notes.
Yeah, Watson's blowing through these screens, by the way. As far as I know, when I talk to him, like only 2 people have really. I think hardly. Oh, right. That's one of Watson's secret. He told us not to say. So, there's little heart checkpoints in the ground, but it's legal. So don't worry. This is another one of those luck blaze blocks. So normally you can go the whole screen, or you can just do the top and these little 50% blocks. 50% chance. And that was actually really fast too. He's blazing. All right, so this screen, those 4 birds all go different speeds, but he picked the fastest bird here, and he's going to power through this screen. And the way he's doing this is by hitting control and tapping a little bit to move the bird, and then hitting control to stop the bird. So we start stopping, tapping a lot for this part of the stage, because the bird is really fast despite health. So it looks like it's going.
This is literally the bubble screen from Camellia 3.
It is really? Oh my god.
Like,
because of the balance you have to strike in that screen. That's right. Oh no. Oh, okay, he's good. He kind of almost went off the bird there. That was
it even kind of ends the same way with the waving up and down. It better have a trigger at the end.
This is, according to Watson, a very tense part of the run for him, but he's kind of rocking it right now. So he's He's doing amazingly well. Oh, and as I was trying to say before, as far as Watson knows, and as far as the creator knows, Sylvie, only 2 people have completed this game completely because of the final boss and because it's not really well known. So Watson has world record and is probably going to keep world record unless somebody else decides to keep the game. And I think his current record was around 35, 36 minutes. So. On this last screen of the stage, it's got a couple luck blocks, and then he's going to be up and out pretty quick, I imagine.
Yeah, he's really blazing through this. Like, I'm having trouble keeping up with the notes because he's going through the screen so fast.
Yeah, he's going crazy. So this is the screen that tells you how to make those checkpoints you saw earlier at the very bottom of the screen. And just in case you can't read it, it says try holding control and triple tapping down key while standing on the ground. That is what will make those little heart checkpoints. And you can technically do that from the beginning of the game, but it doesn't tell you about it till the 4th stage ends. So if you've never played the game before and you don't know that, then you won't even know.
Oh, there's some classic gate jumps here. Nice. And a drop gate.
There's a lot of classic Fangame jumps in this game. Oh my god.
And having some familiarity with how Jumper plays, I can say that this is far more insane looking than anything I ever did in Jumper.
Oh, and also, as you might have already guessed, everything's run in MIDI files for this game because of its age and because of its size, too. It's actually about, like, 5 megs.
Well, I'm not sure its age is a thing, because this was released in 2014. The Fangame was. Jumper wasn't.
Oh, right, okay.
Maybe the MIDI thing was just a creative choice on the part of the creator. Considering this is the person who made Cat Planet, I would totally believe it.
Here you're seeing him doing some more shenanigans here that you may have seen in other games before. The upper left jump is the main trick to the level. Once you do that, and it's pretty easy. And you basically have to time those timer blocks up there he's getting at with a specific... You basically jump around, come back, go under, and then you get your double jump after you do your like full lap around on this thing.
Now this reminds me of Jumper 2 speedrunning, which was a thing back in the day. It was probably some of the first competitive precision platforming that kind of happened at all. This was back in like 2004, so there weren't really sites like YouTube around for people to save their times and make them easily accessible. But there were very active speedrunners of Jumper 2.
For this screen, there normally is a way out, but you need an align to get to it. So Watson has to basically do the entire screen just to get the align at the very end to be able to exit the screen.
I wonder how he even figured that out. Like,
because most people would immediately assume, oh, I just walk off the right side of the screen and that's it. You know, like maybe this is his way of showing how to do aligns, but this is a bit late into the game. The creator, I mean.
Like, I don't even know how a player would have the idea to check for aligns with this, assuming they're not familiar with I Want to Be the Guy Fangames. And this was made in 2014, and that's significant because that's before aligns were as common knowledge. And I Want to Be the Guy. I mean, people knew about them, and they were discussed a lot, but it wasn't quite like now where everybody knows what aligns are.
Yeah, I mean, I assume this guy is probably... maybe knows pixels pretty well, or just happened to stumble into it and just looked it up. I know some people do that too.
Maybe he looked up the classic Kanata video.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Kanata.
I mean, that's how I learned almost everything I know. We've got a TAS drop going on here.
Yeah.
Another classic I Want to Jump.
Sick. There you got it. So this is a really easy screen. You basically just get all the stars and you're done. Easy, easy squeezy. Also, this game runs at 30 FPS, by the way. You know, kind of the lower end of the FPS spectrum. That's so fine. Oh, he's gonna be gone. Here we go.
Oh, this is a very good screen.
Actually, 75% luck block hidden behind that door, which means you have a 1 in 4 chance of actually getting through the door if you do the whole screen. Real fun stuff. The stars also give you another jump back, by the way. That's why he's kind of jumping around everywhere.
This mechanic definitely should have been used in like Camellia 3, some other classic Fangames. This game was ahead of its time.
Oh, and cocked again. Damn. This may possibly take a while. That 75% is a little brutal.
This could potentially take infinite time.
If his statistics are really god awful, it could. Oh god.
We're trending towards that infinite time.
Oh no. 3
now,
FPS.
One thing I noticed watching him do this screen is that the player character can go off the bottom of the screen by quite a bit before dying. Whereas,
yeah.
Of course, if you're playing like I Want to Be the Guy in one of the standard engines, like the second one of the kids' pixels goes off the bottom, you die.
Yeah, in this game, that little bar that has the hints is actually transparent, and you can go through that bar even though you can't see through it. And
yeah,
I think
that's
it
what it
even
looks like to me.
Some extra leniency. Oh, he's done it! He made it!
I think that was that 4 tries or 5? Either way, it was
4 tries, yeah.
That was probably a fairly standard result.
Not bad for 75%. Oh, Lord. So for this room, you have to collect these stars in, like, the right order to do this. Oh, shit, he's actually going to go for the task drop. He did not have to do this, but... Oh, or maybe that's just his yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't know what. Oh, man. That's pretty funny. I don't know if they have a set time on those timer blocks or not, or if it just says yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell what was happening there either. At first, I thought, oh, this is hexadecimal, but why is not a hexadecimal? So that doesn't really work, does it?
I'm not sure if it's a joke or not, but normally that would be like basically some kind of task drop. So, and then as you can see, he's exploring the bottom of the screen again. Oh, blazing!
Oh, this.
Sorry if you like your retinas; they might be burned out by the time this screen starts.
Mine are already burned out, so you'll be in good company.
Also, I believe this music is from Chrono Trigger. If it's playing, is what I think is what's playing. Base 36. Good lord.
So in the notes here, it says that the rightmost checkpoint is the hardest and might take 3 to 5 minutes. So let's see if Law is gonna just tear it apart. Because it seems the only trouble he's had at all with this run has been luck.
Yeah, we're both commentating from the Twitch stream, so it's probably lagged back a little bit. We were both having some issues trying to get VLC to work. So we just decided to do it from the Twitch stream, so yeah, we might be a little bit behind. Mm. 20 minutes behind. Oh dear.
That's pretty far behind. I mean, at that point, if anything we're saying makes any sense at all, it's kind of miraculous.
Hopefully we're making some
really.
kind of sense. Oh my goodness. Yee.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, this one's really good. You have 3 different timer blocks and some pretty tricky jumps to get up to that star up there, which is the goal for this stage. Once you get to the star, it's a little bit easier to get out. Oh.
So this is going to be the hardest checkpoint, it looks like.
Yeah, it probably will. And unfortunately, there's not anything I can really do to fix the visibility issues, guys. I know it's like super duper bright.
Honestly, my suggestion for the visibility issues is to close your eyes. Like, maybe turn your monitor off.
Oh, there we go. He did it. Okay. He did it 10 seconds ago, probably, but he did it.
Yeah. 10 seconds ago, or whatever, it's still significantly faster than the 3 to 5 minutes he was afraid it might take him. So he's doing pretty awesome.
He's doing amazing.
Like, that's much more important than our commentary.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're only here to feel the void, and whether what we say makes sense or not, the void is still being filled.
And as you can see, we're back to this little house type of deal again, but again, it's been expanded. Oh, and that's right, Watson has to go on the underside of this screen, so you won't see him for a couple seconds. He'll just pop out of the bottom every now and then. There he is.
Good.
Oh, and he died. Shit.
Yeah, you put a gate jump at the end of something like this just to make the player feel good. Make the player do a gate jump where they can't even see the player character. I know that Crimson Needle 3 has some invisible gate jumps on some screens. This is like the opposite of that. Like a gate jump where you can't see the kid.
Oh, there you go. He made it. Now for the much easier part of this room. Probably... It gets even harder after this. As you can see in the top left corner there, you have to kind of do some loopy jumps while getting some stars, while waiting for that timer block to expire, which kind of reminds me of a couple of the jumps I played through in KrakkaCafe 300, where you had to basically kind of like do a lap around with some jump refreshers to get back to a previous jump refresher to get out. Gate jumps, I swear. Oh my god. And also you should maybe take some stock in the hint at the bottom, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. This is a surprisingly short game, but it is, pretty damn hard as far as these type of games go.
Yeah, well, the original Jumper was about this long as well.
Oh, it was only about 5 stages or so?
It was, yeah, about 5 stages that were like 5 to 7 screens a stage. But you got to remember, with the original Jumper, that was like one of the first position platformers with a small character. So it still took most players hours to beat it the first time because they had no experience with anything else like it.
That's crazy. It's like my first Fangame experience. It took me several hours just to beat like one of the easiest games.
Like, when Jumper came out in 2004, I discovered it because someone shared it on a Stepmania forum that I was part of, and me and all my friends there all started playing it. And, I did what we do now with Fangames. We compared death counts, we talked about how hard and impossible it was, even though Jumper's actually really damn easy compared to most Fangames, certainly compared to this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But, in 2004, that's what we were doing, so some things never really change.
Nope. Watson says that if you are going to try this at some point, it is harder than most, if not almost all, of the Fangames, despite how good he's doing here. So if you guys want to pick it up, feel free, but be warned, it's harder than it looks, or at least than he's making it look.
Yeah, this looks like the amount of precision that you would need from a pretty high-level Needle game, except it's with an engine you're not familiar with, which is going to add a whole layer of challenge to it.
Slow burn, fast life. Oh my god, Watson.
Oh no, it's the bubble screen again.
So as before I mentioned, you gotta tap that control and tap the keys, and this is a lot harder with the bird because you have moving stuff, and you gotta move the bird and also not die. Also, the bird can die. In case he didn't kill the bird off before, the bird can also die, and then you just die.
This looks really hard. Okay, yes. You don't actually have to go through the moving stuff, it seems.
Yeah.
Although it provides you a path to do it, so I'm kind of curious if that's like something you can do.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, you can kind of save between the segments here, but it's pretty. This one especially that he's doing right now is pretty damn brutal.
This just looks like a no assist save.
Because you kind of have to time your bird movements with the movements of the spikes perfectly, otherwise you'll get steamrolled. Ooh, beautiful. It looks so effortless when he does it, though.
Yeah, he makes moving the bird around look so buttery and smooth.
Oh, shit. Oh, and of course you guys have probably noticed by now, Watson hasn't actually spent a whole lot of time in each stage to really notice it that much, but each stage has like a jukebox of about 5, maybe more, songs that will rotate in. So if you get stuck somewhere for a while, you're listening to different music and not just the same track over and over and over again, like in most fan games. Please do jukebox features.
Back in 2014, most fan games had restarted music, so that's a pretty cool thing for this developer to do.
Oh yeah, we still have restarting music in some games.
Actually, that's true. The funny thing is that the original Jumper games had really terrible MIDI music that caused huge problems when they looped. Like, it would make the game just freeze up for a second whenever the music looped. And there were these terrible short MIDI tracks.
Oh my god. Despite what it looks like at the top there, he can't actually go across. You have to basically loop the entire screen and come back to that and then jump to the right to do this. And Watson also mentions in his notes that this screen is the cute jump equivalent of doing 3 task drops. So it's good fun.
Well, hopefully there's no gate jump to die on after them. Although maybe that's something only I have to worry about.
Yeah, and then after this screen, as it says on the bottom, the princess is waiting, aka the avoidance is waiting on the next screen. Okay, he got the bird. This is a very fast bird. Very, very fast bird. Oh, there he goes. And avoidance time.
Let's hope the visuals are a bit easier on the eyes for something like an avoidance.
Or not avoidance time? Did he stop?
Maybe he had to get a drink of water or something. He's doing real good, so.
Real quick.
Yeah, he's doing awesome. So he can take his time right now.
He's crushing it by a considerable amount.
No Law. It's great they're sticking with you. You deserve it. Thanks for sticking with our delayed commentary that exists only to fill the void.
Yes.
Law is the real star of the show here.
Absolutely. Also,
so my hope that we would have something easier on the eyes for the avoidance was unfortunately in vain.
This is how you prove your cuteness. You have to do it in battle with balls being flung at you.
That's just standard Iwana stuff, though. I mean, that's how you do anything Iwana is you avoid stuff being thrown at you. The only difference is that this isn't Miku and these aren't apples.
Yeah, you have the princess, who also has bat wings.
This might be Remilia, and I'm sure Remilia has shown up in I Want to Be the Guy enough times.
Oh yeah, true. That could be Remilia. Just a very pink version. But yeah, this is the end of the game, by the way, guys. This is like the last part of the game. This is it. Once he does it, this is it. And he's doing great so far. There's one part in here that gets really fast balls, which are even a little hard for me to follow with my eyes, but some of you avoidance experts, I'm sure, can follow it. Yeah. Normally he's like around 35 minutes, and he's definitely at least 8 minutes under right now. If he hadn't stopped to actually talk to us, he probably could have saved like 30 seconds, but I mean, nobody really runs this, so who cares?
So since his run is going so good and he'll have some time, there is some other stuff he's going to do after this.
Yeah.
So this isn't quite the end.
He'll show off a little bit of stuff from the game after this. This is the part I talked about too, where it's like really effing fast. PB is about 36 minutes. Noob. I'm actually get ready to stop a timer. And stopped. Alrighty. Oh yes, banger alert, by the way. You better bust out them sour pleas right now. Also, congrats on his sick world record. That was pretty damn amazing.
And now that you can see the cat real close up, you can know for sure this was made by the creator of Cat Planet. Now suddenly I'm remembering that Cap Planet has like an extra game that's really hard, like an extra stage after you beat the game. And now that I remember that, it makes a lot of sense to me that that creator also created this. Music stolen from various MIDI websites. That's how Fangame music should be. Maybe not the MIDI part, but definitely the stolen part.
Also, the credit sequence is amazing. By the way, I know some of that stuff may burn your eyes, but the credit sequence, top tier, man. I love it.
Still can't get over those luck blocks. They're an A+ mechanic.
Orb.
They should add luck blocks to I Wanna Maker.
Oh god, I don't know.
Please
if we
do. I think it'd be amazing.
Okay, so it was a little slower than what I had, but still world record though. Got
a marathon world record.
Yep, awesome. First one of the marathon. Yeah, boy.
You know, at this rate, if this keeps up, we'll have a world record like every 6 hours.
easy world record every 6 hours.
Yeah, no problem. It'll keep happening for sure.
Yeah. You guys just keep a timer ready. Time 6 hours. That'll be the next world record. Remember to tune in. So now he's going to go for the very, very secrets.
Yeah, so there's a stage select that you get access to after beating the game. And he's told us that there are a bunch of secrets in this game, but he only wants to show off one right now.
Yeah, just one. This one takes a little bit of work. It's a very kind of roundabout way to do it. And Watson will kind of probably showcase both ways to do it. Normally you can go to the left side and just drop down, and normally he would hit the star and open the gate at the bottom. That's how he got across the screen before at the very bottom. But the star is also what activates the thing you need to get to. So you basically have to ride the birds over to the left-hand side so you can retrieve the birds once you hit the star to get to the secret. But it requires like lapping a couple times to kind of get through all that mess to create that opening. But he is going to do it, guaranteed. He's not on the clock right now, but it took him, I think, like about 5 or 6 minutes to do it when he showed me on his video. So he's got a pretty good pace going right now. Even Sylvie says, "Oh no."
I didn't realize Sylvie was here. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to do, because if you die, you kind of lose a lot of progress, and you gotta make the birds go back in their spots again. But have faith in Watson. He can do this.
I totally have faith in Watson after watching the main game run.
I'm still amazed. I kind of want to try this, but I feel like it's probably harder than I think it is.
I haven't played Jumper in probably a decade, but my memories of Jumper were enough to make me amazed by watching him play.
Okay, so he's getting it lined up now. Let's see. Okay, good. He made the bird. All right, so now he just has to go back around, grab the star, hit up the bird, and he's in it. So... Cool.
Oh, it saves. That looks like a very difficult jump at the end of it.
Dang, he was really close to. Alright. He's just practicing this part a little bit to make sure he's got it. That's basically what he has to do, is grab that star and roll up into that door. Oh no, this is just the secret. Let create. This is not there's no glitches here. I don't think there's any glitch exploits in this game that I know of anyway.
Well, assuming this was made in Game Maker, or similar. There are probably glitches, but we
Fair
don't really
enough,
know of
yeah.
any.
Oh boy, yeah, there probably is, but maybe if enough people start speedrunning this, we'll maybe see some more. You too can speedrun this game. I mean, Watson did it in 28 minutes. Imagine how fast you could do it. No problem. All right, he's going for it.
Nice.
All
Looking
right.
good.
Okay, yep, he's there. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
Come on. Nice.
Yes. He's done it. He's in the secret zone. Also, sorry, please.
This is also known as Zone X. We've been told that this is the hardest screen in the game.
Yeah. What the heck? He just first tried that save. Oh my god.
Oh, there he is. He starts off screen.
Yeah. So
that's a good way to start.
The previous screen, you're supposed to double jump to the right. Well, jump once to the right and then re-jump at the very bottom before you die, so that way it propels you to the next screen, because otherwise you get spikes. And he did that first try. That is crazy. But yeah, at the very bottom, you start at the very bottom where you can't even see your character, but there is solid blocks you can save on down there. Normally, I guess if you were to transition to that screen, panic, not know where you are, you'd probably end up dead and not save at all.
So, he's let us know that this screen is so hard that there's a good chance he might not complete it, and that's totally fine because it is extremely hard. We've already seen him be a god, so if he's not able to beat this, that just shows how hard the screen is.
Yeah, it's got a lot of very, very precise jumps. You see he's doing basically somewhat equivalent of a drop gate, and then he has to go up and around, and
This looks like a Celeste screen.
It very well could be.
You know, I get that impression more from the background than from the stage design.
Yeah, true.
Celeste has a lot of graphical effects like that. There's a lot of graphical motion in Celeste in general.
So if you happen to want to download the game, there is a link on Herrero. You just click the name of the game, and it will take you to the place where you can download it. As I mentioned before, it's really small. Oh, he made it the halfway point. Good. I think it's only about like 5 megs. So even if you have a potato PC, you can still run it with rather ease.
And I do recommend hunting down Jumper, the original Jumper, and giving it a try. It's still fairly playable, and it'll give you a good idea of where everything came from. By everything, I mean like all the precision platformers we take for granted these days.
Boop! Oh my god. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad that Law let us know what that says, because I can't really tell on the stream. The background is kind of screwing around with the bitrate.
Oof. Yep, got those 50% luck blocks up to their old shenanigans yet again.
So it looks like the save starts with the sort of thing where you have to like chain jumps that are as high as possible. And if you've ever had to do that in a fan game, especially with like triple jump, you know just how actually physically painful it can be to do it, especially over and over again.
Boop. Oh, and yeah, as Amateur had stated earlier, Watson's the only one that has 100% cleared this game. He's the only man alive to be able to clear this game 100%. So that also could be you. Imagine.
You know, since this is by the creator of Cat Planet, that means maybe we can get Raukau to play it. It'll be a second.
That would be.
That won't happen. At least not 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a jumper fan game made by Sylvie. Sylvie, since you're here, have you made anything else within the last, well, since 2014, I guess? You probably have made something since then if you want to show off your prowess of game making. Honestly, anything involving the chance box usually is not very, is not very good.
Which I think means that it's the best. So do all 5 of those chance blocks have to work out for you, or can you like land next to them?
I mean, I think they can be solid or invisible and you'll be fine. It's just you have to compensate for the hole or not the hole, unfortunately.
Right.
And since you don't know, it's only a 50-50 chance. There's a 50-50 chance of you compensating for it. Oh, man.
Oh, you know, this background is reminding me of Super Hook Girl. Or New Super Hook Girl, rather. The final stage. The start of this stage looks so bad.
Not much like this. Okay, Sylvie. That's interesting to know. It's good to see that you're still making stuff. Whoop. All right. Oh, dang.
Well, I don't know how long the delay is on your guys' end, but Twitch just normally has a delay associated with it. And sometimes that delay is short, but I guess right now the delay is long, and there's not much we can do about that, unfortunately. I understand it makes the commentary a little weird, and hopefully the Fangame Marathon is able to get those issues ironed out in the future. But we kind of have to keep the marathon moving, so we're doing what we can to make sure the run can go. And as I've been saying, Law's been killing this run, and he's the star of the show here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. It is...
I've had Jiggly Zone recommended to me by Mookie and a few other of my friends. I should probably play it at some point. Oh.
Man. This is so hard. I mean, when he gave us the video for his extra zone, it was about 30 minutes long, so it can take a long time to do this. He did the first 2 parts really fast, but this part here particularly is pretty hard. It's so flashy. Yeah, the music selection for this game is absolute baller, for sure.
Is this where we learn that the cat's hitbox is actually a triangle?
Oh my god. That would be amazing if it was actually a triangle. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh, the luck block strikes
so
again.
Oh no. I didn't even realize that was a luck block at the end.
50% chance to live or die.
This is one of the secret extra screens of Q Jump, so he's beaten the main game. And he's doing the super hard extra bonus stuff right now. Oh no.
Oh, man.
So it's true, you do have a double jump at the end there because it gives you a jump refresher. But the problem's going to be that if you plan to use the double jump, then the block will just stick around for you and you'll land on the block and then jump into the spikes. And if you don't plan to use the double jump, the block will disappear and you won't be able to react in time and you'll die. It's pretty awful.
Oh, man.
So that's 50% chances that he's failed so far.
Oh, Golden Sun, man. It's been forever since I've heard stuff from Golden Sun.
Oh my god, 4 times?
Yikes.
There's a 6% chance of that happening. That is ridiculous. I guess the marathon luck had to finally start.
Well, at least he had all the luck for his initial run, even if that's not in the secret.
You know, he's had luck this bad, he's just trooping along.
Oh my
Maybe
god!
Maybe it just always disappears, because we're at 3% now.
Wow.
You know, if that block always disappeared, then I think he would be doing this differently. He would know it always disappears.
Man, this is so tough. Well, time's about to be up. Watson, if you got some stuff you want to say or type, now would be the good time to do it, man, because we're probably gonna have to go ahead and start getting amateur in here since we're already like about 5 minutes past this time.
It was a very good run.
Yeah, it was an excellent run. Good world record, good show, man.
And you know, he was doing this screen just fine too. The game just said no. Like, the game got scared of Watson and just said, no, it's not happening. I'm gonna go hide and cry. That's how good this guy is.
And don't forget Watson's eventual inspiration of this game of his own, to look forward to lots more of your good friend, the Luck Block.
Now, admittedly, this is not the best sort of screen to have text on top of during a stream, but hopefully we can all read it.
Hold on.
Luckily,
Watson,
we all know what this says already, so it doesn't really matter if we can read it or not.
He's gonna have to type the whole B-movie script before he ends, though. Give him a minute here. Oh my god, he has a Zambi. Amazing. that's from later too. Whoops. All right, you guys. Well, there's Watson's final message to you. Enjoy your B-movie script. You can stop. I hope you guys had a great time with this run. We're going to go ahead and get Amateur in here and get his run going.